everyone, thank you for joining me. I want to give you a little bit of information about the full moon that's going to happen on the 16th of September. This is a full moon in Pisces. There's a lunar eclipse happening at the same time, and it's going to be a big one. It's going to be powerful and complicated, and it's going to be a wonderful opportunity to really let go of some emotional baggage. It's going to be great. Now, the full moon in itself is when the moon is totally illuminated. It's reflecting the sun's light and it showers us with its energy. And being in Pisces, it's going to shower us with very kind of nebulous Piscean energy. Pisces is all about the intuitive side of life. It's all about the imagination. It's about feelings. It's about creativity. So if you're someone who works with those aspects of life, if you're a dancer or a performer or a writer, any type of creative person, if you're an intuitive, a psychic, an energy healer, you will notice that those sides of your personality and your being are heightened and really empowered. So if you're doing that kind of work, use this to really engage with that side of things. You will really feel at the peak of your powers. If you're someone who struggles with that side of things, getting in touch with the emotions, don't resist it too much. Allow yourself to feel the feelings, go with the flow, and you'll have a much better time of it. Now, this full moon happens at 5 minutes past 8 in the evening, and that's UK time, so it's British summertime, and the lunar eclipse happens as well. So a lunar eclipse is when the full moon is kind of blocked out and it darkens, and it seems to be an interruption to this energy. Okay, so as I said, all of this Pisces energy is being showered on us, and we're all blissed out and saying, oh my God, I'm so intuitive, and then suddenly, bam, it stops. And that feels uncomfortable. It's like turning the tap off, and it's like, what just happened? So expect the kind of interruption, expect the feeling of discomfort when that happens. And this eclipse is on the south node of the moon, which means that it's a good opportunity to release things. Okay, so in the build-up of the full moon, get in touch with your own intuitive being, with your own imagination, with your own feeling body. You know, Eckhart Tolle talks about the pain body very well in his work, and it's that side of us that is completely based in the emotions and completely aligned with our pain. And use this eclipse as an opportunity to flush all of that stuff down the drain. Okay, look at all your pain and let go of it, and just say, I want to get rid of it, I release it, and maybe even get clear on what it is you want to release. Make a list and just let it go. I went on a bit of a spiritual trip recently. I went down to France to Lourdes, and it was a similar thing. It was about taking the things that are unhealed within us and having the opportunity to let those things be cleansed and washed away and gone once and for all, so you can make space within yourself to let new good stuff in. Okay, so this is the same thing. It's an opportunity to let go of your emotional pain and baggage and just make space within yourself to let happiness and joy and wonderful things come in. So don't use the interruption as like, oh, you know, I'm being creative here, I'm being interrupted, how dare you. Rather, allow for the interruption and say, okay, I am really creative and I'm going to let go of this stuff. Once that's gone, I can get back to work and use the intuition and use the emotional side of things, but it's important that I put aside a little bit of time to do that. Now, I've printed out the chart for the full moon here. And first of all, the sun illuminating this full moon is at 24 degrees in Virgo. Okay, so it's exact. Okay, Pisces, Virgo, they're on the same axis, and it's spirituality and it's detail, it's an analysis. Okay, so use that energy of the sun, get very detailed with your list of things you want to let go of, that you want to release. 2 and 4 is 6. 6 is an opportunity. That doesn't happen every day. So use this as an opportunity to let go of things. Mercury is sitting near to the sun there. Mercury is the planet of communication. That is in retrograde at the moment. Okay, so finding different ways of communicating, finding different ways of relating to yourself, that's going to be heightened, and you may even uncover hidden secrets within yourself that you wouldn't otherwise be aware of. You know, if something happened to you when you were 10 and you thought you were over it, if you look at this again on this full moon day, you may realize that there's still some lingering negativity there. The Mercury retrograde gives you the opportunity to see that differently. So look at it again and then intend to let it go. Jupiter is also nearby. Jupiter is 7 degrees away, and that's in Libra, and that really is good luck, okay? So we're having an opportunity here finally to have a final clean out, to have a final like release party so that we can be free and open to bring in new wonderful relationships which are going to come into our lives over the next year while Jupiter is in Libra. It's going to stay in Libra now for 12 months, I think a little bit longer, until October 2017. So really, if there are things about you which prevent you from forming good relationships, if jealousy or pettiness or whatever, and you know that about yourself, throw it down this Pisces full moon eclipse drain and just wave goodbye to it. It's a really wonderful opportunity to let it go. Now, the full moon is also, obviously, because it's directly opposite to the sun at 24 degrees, it is an opportunity to release. Chiron is sitting next to it, 2 degrees away. Chiron is the wounded healer, okay? Use the wounded healer quality to heal yourself during this full moon. It's not about anyone else. It's not about healing your granddad or your sister or your child. It's about healing you and letting go of the things that keep you stuck. Neptune's also floating around. It's not technically conjunct. It's quite far away. It's 12 degrees away from Chiron, 14 degrees away from the moon. So it doesn't really affect it. It's just hovering in the background. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. So with this full moon being in Pisces, we're engaging with Neptune anyway, okay? The nebulous, the dream world, aspirations, your hopes, what your life could be, disappointments, things that didn't quite work out. Tap into all of that. Neptune is like, it's like your emotional antenna, okay? You can really tap into those things which are usually hidden. You know, in our daily lives, we don't go around thinking, oh, you know, when I was 5, I really had a sad disappointment and I still feel... We get on with our lives. We don't always just feed into everything negative that happened to us because we'd never get on with things and we'd never get things done, okay? During this full moon with Neptune kind of being off 14 degrees away on the side here, you can tap into all of that. So if you're brave enough to feel these difficult feelings, and to look at them, you can get rid of them once and for all. So you don't need to go to France, to Lourdes, to go in the healing water or whatever. You can just do this wherever you are, just by putting a little time aside and just intending to let go of this stuff during this full moon. Now, that's what's happening on this axis. Then also the full moon is forming a T-square. So this opposition from the moon and the sun, they're across from each other. They form a 90-degree connection with Mars, and that is in Sagittarius at 23 degrees. Okay, Mars is the war planet, it's desire, it's what you want. And in Sagittarius, fire, Mars is pretty happy. Mars is the fire planet, the red planet of drive, of getting things done. So by flushing all of this stuff down the drain, you will lighten your load, you will get much clearer on what's ahead in your life, in your future, and rather than being, you know, held back by all of these things or always looking behind you, you will be able to focus on the things ahead of you, and you will be able to consistently look to the future and move towards the future. You know, some people may say, oh, Greg, you know, what's the point of all this navel gazing? Why do I need to look at my feelings and the things that are holding me back? Why not just brush them under the carpet and get on with my life? Well, the answer to that is if you just brush things under the carpet, they're never really resolved and they keep bothering you and they slow you down. So by pulling the carpet up, looking at all the tough stuff and dealing with it once and for all, you've got a clean slate and you can actually move forward. So that's why I'm saying use this opportunity to get rid of this stuff. Mars will then take you forward into your wonderful future. You will really be motivated by this energy. And that's really it. That's the kind of connections the moon makes. So really make the most of this. I really think that the things that you are able to then focus on and move towards may even have a transformative quality to your work. You know, the thing is, if we're vibrating on a different frequency, like let's say if I heal the things that have troubled me for a while, okay, I will then feel much lighter and operate at a different level. The people around me will then pick that up and it will have an impact on my life. So the things you let go of on this day, not only speed you up, but I think the people you work with and your career life will take note, and you may find some positive transformation in your career, in your working life, as a result of this inner work. Why? Why is that related? Because Pluto happens to be sitting at 14 degrees in Capricorn in the 10th house, and there may be some sort of shift here in your working life as a result of this. So that's what I get for the day. I hope you have a really good full moon and you are able to really clear out a lot of this stuff. If you would like a private reading with me about anything that's going on in your life, if you feel like you've got blocks that you just can't resolve, or you have certain obstacles in your life that you just can't overcome, or they keep cropping up again and again, and you want to know why, then please get in touch with me for a private reading. We can look at that kind of stuff by looking at your chart. Or if you're having problems in your love life or career or finance, same thing, just get in touch with me for a private reading. The chart is a blueprint of your soul. We can really have a look at all of this and understand why certain things are going on and why certain things are holding you back, because all of this has a reason. None of this is just arbitrary or random. All of these things are there for a reason. So we can look at that. Go to gregoryscott.com, click on the readings tab, and you can order your reading with me there. Please remember to subscribe to this channel, and I'll speak to you soon.